Hello, this is DC Hammer, and this is the DC Hammer Show. The Washington Examiner is reporting that President Trump is getting set to pick another member for the Fed, and that would be Herman Cain. So President Trump recently appointed Stephen Moore, a staunch conservative and supporter of what he calls Trumponomics, wrote a book on that topic, to the federal board last week, and now he is considering Herman Cain, conservative, who was the director of the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City from 1992 to 1996. So apparently that application is in the background check process, and upon completion of that background check, it appears that President Trump will make an announcement that he is nominating Herman Cain to become a member of the Board of Governors of the Federal Reserve. Once again, I believe this is a strong move by President Trump to shore up his conservative stance among the members of that board, the board on the Federal Reserve, in order to ensure that what is going to take place in the future regarding a reset of the economy, moves that have to be made in order for the United States to return either to the gold standard or some other method of having a quantifiable backing to the American dollar, as we continue to move further into insolvency, and the other countries of the world are quickly moving to the gold standard, including Russia and China. And Pamela Geller is reporting through her Geller Report that yes, the Jew-hating Representative Ilhan Omar from Minnesota is working behind the scenes for the release of a top Muslim Brotherhood leader. So in the picture with Representative Ilhan Omar is Hoda Abdelmonem, who Omar says, is quote-unquote a political prisoner in Egypt. So let's back up a step and walk through this. The Muslim Brotherhood is one of the chief sponsors of terrorism and has been around for decades. The Muslim Brotherhood is responsible for the beginning of Hamas. The Muslim Brotherhood was installed in Egypt by Barack Hussein Obama and Hillary Clinton when they took out Muammar Gaddafi. But the people in Egypt quickly rose throughout the Muslim Brotherhood and replaced it with leadership that's more in line with the thinking of the Egyptian people. So by Ilhan Omar stating in a tweet, talking about Hoda Abdelmonem as a political prisoner, just underscores the disconnect and her continued stream of lies before the American people. Remember that if truth tellers like Jordan Schachtel, who investigated this and then reported out the truth about what is going on, if it isn't for us, you're not going to hear the truth from the likes of Ilhan Omar. So I would pray that President Trump will see through this move and not intercede in behalf of this member of a terrorist Islamic group. So the Washington Free Beacon is reporting that it appears that the Democrats value kittens over kids. Democrats who had defended Planned Parenthood are helping through legislation to end research done using kittens. So 4 of the Democrat senators who voted against protecting newborn children, as in human children, are now sponsoring a bill to protect baby cats. So it's apparent that the Democrats continue to have their priorities all upside down and are taking action in order to ensure that there is no medical research that would benefit humans to be done using felines, but at the same time have no compunction against passing legislation that would result in the murder of human infants even after they're removed from the womb. So the use of animals in research that leads to the development of medical breakthroughs that benefit humans is controversial, and I understand that. But for the Democrats to back the ban against using kittens in this kind of research that actually does result in breakthroughs that benefit human beings, and at the same time staunchly resist restriction upon the murder of humans, as abortion now is pressed to the point of delivery, and even if a delivery is successful, a human child results, there are many Democrats that are now supporting the ability of the doctors and parents to make the decision to end the life of that newborn upon birth. Sad and disgusting and hypocritical all at the same time. So I have been wondering lately just where in the world is Julian Assange and what is his status. According to One American News Network, that Julian Assange is being still held in the Ecuadorian embassy in London in prison-like conditions as he continues to face charges from the government of the United States. So his captivity now has stretched into 7 years. He had, as the publisher of WikiLeaks, had attended a conference in Sweden 7-8 years ago, and there was a charge leveled against him for rape by a female while he was in Sweden. Assange denied any validity to that charge, fled Sweden, went to London, entered the Ecuadorian embassy, applied and received asylum, and has been there ever since. Since he was given asylum in the Ecuadorian embassy in London, the woman that had made the charges against Julian Assange came forward and said that those charges were false, that he had not done what she had previously said that he did, so those charges were dropped. But because Assange had left Sweden without going through the formal proceedings through the court system there, he is considered to be a fugitive in essence. And the UK has since then vowed that if he were to step out of the Ecuadorian embassy, he would be arrested for having fled justice. And for various reasons, unbeknownst to the American public, the American government, the previous administration, the Obama administration, and now even the Trump administration, apparently continues in the background to press for Julian Assange's arrest if he were to leave the Ecuadorian embassy. But there have been rumors off and on that Assange has been in discussions with representatives of the American government, and apparently Senator Rand Paul is warm to the idea of Julian Assange being provided with some kind of exemption from arrest if he were to leave the Ecuadorian embassy in London, as long as he were to provide information to the American Congress regarding a variety of issues. So I continue to pray for the release of Julian Assange and for his ability to shed light on some mysteries, including the mysterious death of Seth Rich and what really happened with the acquisition by WikiLeaks of those emails from the Hillary Clinton server. Who knows where this is going, but it appears the conditions within the Ecuadorian embassy for Julian Assange are more contentious than they were before, and he is being subjected to, at times, body searches. His movement within the consulate has been restricted. The conditions for visitors to Assange are becoming more strict, and it is not a good situation, so pray for Julian Assange and for his release. Thank you for watching and listening, and God bless. And now the DC Hammer Show is available as an audio podcast. Just go to Podcast Garden or iTunes and search for DC Hammer or News Narrative Analysis Associates, NNAA.